Thank you for listening to the SMB Live Rewind. This module is on CSP Updates. My name is Barb Barrowman. I am a Partner Sales Executive for the North Central area. For this module, we'll be covering CSP. I'm going to start out with a brief overview of CSP. We're going to talk about the progress we're seeing in the channel. We're going to talk about our indirect distributors, and finally, adoption. All right, for our first step, just a brief overview of the Cloud Solution Provider model, CSP. This is a new model that we introduced last summer at WPC, and it is a new way for partners to procure Office 365 and our other cloud solutions for their customers. So if we look at this model, we can see that you as the reseller are in the middle there, and you will be selling directly to your customer. You'll be purchasing from a CSP distributor, who in turn purchases from Microsoft. So this is what we're calling our indirect CSP model. And we do expect that the majority of our partners are going to participate in the CSP model as indirect CSP resellers. So when we look at what the CSP model is, it is really an opportunity for our partners to control the billing to the customers. In the advisor model, the customer was billed from Microsoft. So you were maybe providing them managed services and they've received a bill from you. And then they also had a credit card charge from Microsoft for their Office 365. Now, we had a lot of feedback from our partners and our customers that they didn't like this model. They wanted one bill from their MSP. So that's really what CSP is all about, is providing you a model that you can actually control the billing to the customer, manage their subscriptions, and ideally create bundles of services and offerings around all the cloud solutions that you're going to be supplying to that customer base. All right, so we're going to look at our CSP progress that we've seen through the first half of our fiscal year 16. As you can see, we have about 1,600 partners that are transacting CSP. And that is a great number. We're very proud of that. But we still have ways to go in regards to getting partners to adopt this model. Now, we know this is very disruptive. It's a big change. That's why we're kind of going through this training and get you a lot of resources to kind of help you through this model. But as you can see, the partners that are transacting in CSP, they're adding a tremendous amount of growth month over month. I think we're looking at 30% month over month growth. All right, I want to talk about some of the new terms that we're introducing. It was a little bit confusing when we talked about one-tier CSP and two-tier CSP. So we've looked at kind of a new naming convention that I want to go over with you today. So two-tier or a one-tier CSP is now going to be called a direct CSP, and that is someone that has a direct relationship with Microsoft from a billing perspective. Direct CSP model is something that maybe our larger VARs are looking at doing. But as I mentioned before, most of our partners are going to be looking at that indirect model. So rather than two-tier CSP distributor now, we're just going to indirect CSP. So those are going to be our 4 distributors that are selling the solutions: Ingram, Tech Data, Synix, and D&H. Then we also have the two-tier CSP reseller is changing to indirect reseller. So that would be you as the partner purchasing from that indirect CSP, who then purchases from Microsoft. Hopefully that'll make it a little bit clearer when we're talking about the different routes to market. Again, the products that we have available in CSP right now are Office 365, EMS, and CRM Online. We're working diligently with our distributors to get Azure available in the CSP marketplace. Each distributor is kind of at a different level right now, so we ask that you reach directly out to them to determine which workloads you want to put on Azure and see if that's available in CSP yet. All right, so we do have a lot of resources available for you This is a snapshot of the website that we have set up for our CSP Concierge. And you can see down at the bottom there is the website link, aka.ms/CSP Concierge. And you can see we're going to have a bunch of different resources, the benefits, how to get started, how to connect up with one of your cloud distributors. So a lot of really good information on that website for any questions that you have. All right, so now I'm going to move into adoption and what the partner opportunity is that we see in talking about adoption and consumption. So you've probably heard from Microsoft, we're talking a lot more about adoption and consumption of our services this year. And I think we're going to continue to talk about that next year and as we continue on, because we truly do believe that getting those customers to consume those solutions is the best way for them to be happy and for you guys to be able to sell additional solutions to them. So if you think about it, if they are using the Office 365 and using Exchange Online, let's say, but they're not using Skype for Business, they're not going to be seeing the full value of that solution. If they're not seeing that full value, there's an opportunity for that customer to be swayed over to another solution or over to another partner. So we really want you to be talking about making sure that all those workloads are being deployed, that everyone is using them. That's really going to help you to increase your customer satisfaction, retention and loyalty. So it's not just about making sure that that renewal is easy when it comes around that following year. It's really about making sure that that customer has seen the value as you as a partner and the solution. And that's going to give you opportunity to grow and extend maybe into another workload. SharePoint Online is a great example of this. The partners that I work with that sell SharePoint Online say it's a very commonplace for maybe one department to start with SharePoint Online, maybe setting up all their document repository and giving access to that mobile workforce. Then another department sees what they're doing and they see the ability for people to get those documents when they're mobile, and that's like, well, hey, I want that as a department. So they reach out to you as a partner to say, hey, can you help me out and get our department up and running? Again, a great opportunity to extend your services business and the value of the Office 365 solution for those customers. All right, so here are our top line recommendations for the steps to driving successful adoption. All right, step number one, make sure you're selling it right. All of you need to be fully aware of the different plans that we have available, and let me tell you, there are a lot of them, and that can create some confusion out there. But we want to make sure that you're selling the right plan to the customer. And maybe they're going to purchase E3, but they're only deploying Exchange Online to begin with. We want to make sure that, as we look at our implementation step, our deployment step, that you have line of sight into getting those other workloads deployed, that they know the value of deploying Skype for Business in addition to the Exchange Online, so they see the full value of that solution. So we want you to make sure that you're driving that usage so that customer can see that value for all those products in there. We talk about an adoption plan. It's probably something that maybe you do with other products that you're selling, and something that maybe you could look at incorporating into with Office 365 just to ensure that everyone's on the same page, you get executive buy-in, again, make you a happier customer, so that when you go to move over to SharePoint Online, they're really happy with the value Office 365 has given to them. They're really happy with the services you've given to them as a partner. And it's that much easier to extend the workloads that are available to them and grow your business. All right, and we wanted to put together some resources for you on just talking about these adoption best practices and how that's really going to help you generate revenue. Because when it comes to the end of the day, that's what matters to you as partners, ensuring that the solutions that you are selling to your customers are profitable for you. So you can see here we have white papers, and we have some different days that you can attend, and some financial models. We have a lot of different tools here for you to utilize to see how it could be profitable for you to look at making sure you have a higher adoption rate for your solutions. Because the bottom line is the customer will buy more from you as their productivity increases. All right, and right here we have our 3 cloud distributors that have CSP offers in market. As I mentioned, D&H is very close to having an offer creating their cloud marketplace. So if you are a D&H partner, please feel free to reach out to them to find out where they're at and what they can do to assist in your CSP opportunities. Each one of our distributors have various different offers in market and different things that they're offering to their partners. So again, we just wanted to give you a little bit of information and ask that you reach out to them to find out which distributor is going to be the best fit for you as a business. And here we have the ways to get a hold of your distributor so that you can reach out to them and start that conversation about CSP. We would like you to visit that CSP Concierge website there for lots of great resources and getting you assistance. Also, feel free to reach out to your PSE. We are more than happy to talk about the CSP migration and what we can do to assist you. Secondly, we want you to reach out to your favored distributor and talk about the different CSP offers that they have in market. Again, to kind of help you make that transition from advisor over to CSP. And lastly, look at increasing your adoption and consumption of those services so that you can create more value for your customers, create a happier customer, and allow you to grow and expand your services. All right, that wraps it up for this module. Thank you again for listening. And don't hesitate to reach out with any questions. Thank you.